right, greetings to you from wherever you're watching us. It is the Friday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Of course, on the show tonight, we will talk basketball, and of course, we'll continue with our review and preview of everything going on at the FIFA Women's World Cup. It is the round of 16. We'll be talking about it as we move on. It's a two-man show. My colleague Austin Okon Akpan will join in as we move on the show. And our colleague, Cecilia Morogbe, is right there in Brisbane at the appropriate time. We'll bring her in as we talk about everything going on in your fast-paced, money-speeding, and most of the time rewarding world of sports. We'll start the show a bit differently tonight. We're going to start with basketball and talk about what is going on at the Afrobasket Championship. Of course, the D-Tigress on course for a fourth title, and that's what they are gunning for. So let's take a look at what's going to happen tomorrow. But of course, I mean, we start off with this woman that you see, Coach Wakama, making things happen. Coach Rene Wakama of the D-Tigress. A lot has been said. Experience was questioned. Ability to manage the team was also called to question. But here she is leading the team to the final, on the verge of winning for Nigeria the fourth title in that one. So it's going to be interesting to see. But pictures from the previous matches they've played. And just to let you know that tomorrow they will face rivals Senegal in what is going to be blockbuster final. And there you have it. It's going to be around 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Nigeria will be up against Senegal in the final game of the women's Afrobasket, currently going on in Rwanda. Now, it's interesting. We've said they will be up against Senegal. So let's give to you what we've put together, the head-to-head, the times they have met in the final. And there you have it on your screen. Head-to-head in finals. And from evidence, as you can see on your screen, the D-Tigress have always come out on top. In 2019, both teams came across each other in the final. It was victory to Nigeria, 60-55. In 2017, again, it was, of course, a fixture in the final. They slugged it out, and Nigeria came out on top. And, of course, in the 2005 final, it was also a victory for Nigeria. So there you have it. Of course, the team on course to of course, make it happen, and win again. So interesting to see, and wishing the D-Tigress all the best, even as they seek to win the title again. All right, let's listen to the coach of the team. I talked about her earlier, Coach Rene Wakama, speaking ahead of the final. We'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
It's only God. If you would have asked me even a month ago if I would have been here, I probably would have said no. So just amazing, you know, what he's done in my life and what he's going to continue to do in my life. And I'm just so thankful and blessed to be surrounded by phenomenal people. And my village is amazing. My family is amazing, and I'm thankful. I can't tell you my secrets. But just a lot of belief. Once you empower people, it's amazing what they can do. Okay, so I put a lot of belief in them, a lot of confidence, and just a lot of teaching and building them up, okay? And they're able to obviously do amazing things, okay? So it has nothing to do with me, but just everything to do with them, with believing in themselves. It's extremely easy. Okay, representation matters. When they see somebody that looks like them, probably not too far off as far as age, it's easy for me to get them to buy in. Okay, so I've been in their shoes maybe 8 years ago, so I'm able to give them some insight from a player/coach. And sometimes I still hop on the court and show them how it's done. So I think they trust me because I've been there and I'm able to empower them in that way.
Well, I feel really honored. The team that won 2 years ago was a phenomenal team, but I think this group as well is able to fill those shoes perfectly. And under the leadership of Coach Rena, I think we are in a good spot to repeat that win. I believe this new group is completely different from the former group. We have each individual faith in each other, and I think we just try to push each other. There is no type of negativity. I feel like everybody believes in each other, and that's what pushes us to keep on winning these games.
All right, so that's it. Coach Ronald Wakama, one of our players, speaking right there. Well, of course, Austin is ready now, and he joins in. A very excited Austin, I must add, and he is laughing. I was looking at you while you were listening in what the girls, ladies, were saying, and very interesting. You've rooted for them all the way, and now it looks like they might get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably greetings to you and everyone joining us on the show tonight. I was having a brief chat with arguably the oldest member of the team, Sarah Ogoke, and look, she's so pumped up. The entire team, they're pumped up. Whenever they have an opportunity to represent the fatherland, we say that these girls come out and they give 100%. And then Coach Wakama just, she said it all, that look, age matters. She was just in the same show about 8 years ago when she was a professional basketball player. We questioned her experience. But remember what I told you on the show, Yemi? I said the good thing is she's coming from an environment where the structures are right, where training is on point, and then she understands international standards. Look, it's plug and play, It's what success can give when you've passed and tick everything that is required to achieve success. So I'm so proud of the team. Why? We know what they went through. We know the struggles. We know the leadership problems associated with basketball in Nigeria. Yet these girls saw history before them and they went out there to do it. 79 to 48 against Rwanda. Look, people don't understand how difficult that match was against Rwanda. They were coming off a very difficult quarter-final match against Mozambique. They dug so deep to win it. And then against the hosts were making record for the first time reaching the semis. So it was going to be a very tricky and difficult match for the D Tigress. But they stayed focused. First quarter, 22 to 7 points, blowout result for them. They came back in the second quarter, consolidated on that result, won that one, 22 to 12. So they were already 44 points up at halftime. And then when we came back in the third quarter, I don't know whether it was because of the presence of Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda. The officiating was so poor. Even listening to the commentaries, I could tell they were so biased. But these girls, they stayed focused. Look at her right there. When she wears the mask, like Victor Osimhen, Amy Okonkwo is unstoppable. She led the scorers chart with 23 points, and the other girls put in good numbers, and they were pretty decent with the trees. Against Senegal, it will be much more tougher. But look, these girls have seen it all. And as I said, chatting with Sarah Ogoke, that's her right there in front of the team for the national anthem. They just want to do it again. They loved when they did it for the first time. They did it the second time. They wanted it three-peat. They got it. They said for the first time, it will be so sweet. So I'm rooting for them. And I mean, that semi-final win against Rwanda extended their unbeaten run at the Afrobasket to 23 matches. And it also means that since October the 2nd, 2015, no African team, the D Tigers, have not lost a match on African soil. They deserve our salute here, me.
Yeah, they do. They do. And of course, they will get it from us. We will continue to support them. But quick one. The viewers have listened to you talk about how difficult it might be in the final. But I will also remind you that faced them a couple of times in the final, and we always came out on top.
Yeah, but now this is the team to beat, and this is Senegal. I watched Senegal beat Mali. Mali started our game pretty decently, but Senegal needed to prove a point, and you know the Senegalese. I would say that I would take Mali instead of playing Senegal, for obvious reasons. I know Senegal, they can be really dangerous, but I mean, as you said, this team, they've beaten Senegal time and time again, particularly when Senegal hosted. That was the sweetest, They all came out big time, and right there in Dakar, they were stunned. But this is basketball, where anything can happen. This is the D Tigers, who have dominated Africa so much, and everybody, they know it. they do not like it that Nigeria is dominating this championship. So in fact, the other teams will tell Senegal, do everything you can to stop these girls. But look, it is what it is. Success is sweet, and it's sweeter when you keep it going.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. All right, we need to move on the show. It's time to talk football. And these days, when we say football, it means the FIFA Women's World Cup. That's our next port of call. That's where we're going. And of course, let's start by taking a look at what's going to happen tomorrow. This is what will happen tomorrow, of course. Switzerland will take on Spain, and Japan will take on Norway. These are the fixtures to look forward to. Wasn't a good start for the Norwegians. They bounced back. And Japan, a lot of people already talking about what they did in 2011, that this team looks like they might get that job done. A lot of people calling them high flyers, Switzerland and Spain. All right, even though we have a few minutes before we go on a break, now time to go into that segment where we talk about the Super Falcons and everything around what they are doing, and also to let you know that this segment was brought to you by Stanbic IBTC, the official insurance partner of the Super Falcons. Our colleague Cecilia Morugwe joins us now. Cecilia, greetings to you. Once again, it feels good to hear your voice.
It's great to be here again once more, Yemi and Austin. Good morning from Australia. I know it's evening right there in Nigeria. It's already past 6 a.m.
All right. Like I always tell you, the viewers will want anything they can get. So tell us, what's the mood in the camp as, of course, girls prepare to face England on Monday?
Yeah, it's still buzzing for the players, especially when they had to move their previous hotel, having been through the round of 16, so they needed to shift a base from where they were at Sofitel, and they moved straight to Marriott. And when they were leaving, it was more like a send spot for them as usual. The host had to come out, to kind of send them off to the next hotel they were going, even if it's just like a 4 minutes walk from the other place and everything. So they needed to do that for the women. So that was what happened, earlier today. And of course, it was also a closed-door training session for them. It wasn't open to the media at all, so we didn't have an opportunity to talk with the players. But then, from the mood and from what I've seen with the players, I mean, it's the usual buzzy mood for all of them, because to them, this is a crucial one. I mean, we've met England 3 times. I mean, just once at this particular stage at the World Cup in the last group game in 1995 in Sweden. That was when that game ended 3-2 in favor of England. But the subsequent international friendlies we played, Nigeria won those 2 games. But then everyone talked about sweet revenge at the World Cup level. But Super Falcons are not looking at that. They just want to see how they can progress into the next round, which has never been done before. Yes, the last time they were in the quarterfinals, 1999 and everything, you just have like 12 teams. But now you have more teams playing 32 nations tournaments. So if you're able to do this, it'd be a record. They're looking at making history. They've made one, because becoming the only set that were able to go through the group stage unbeaten. They didn't lose any game at all, scoring 3 and conceding 2. That is also a record for this particular group of players. They also want to continue making that record. And the only way they can do that is for them to beat England. So the camp right now, the only thing on the beliefs and minds of every player is for them to see how they can beat the 3 Lionesses of England, and tell them, look, you just can't underrate us, because feelers reaching us. England is still not here in Brisbane. They're in New South Wales. That's where they've been. They're not here in Brisbane yet. I think they're going to come in on Sunday. They don't have a choice, because when I checked the FIFA hub, they had media opportunity on Friday evening, and it was still in New South Wales. So they're going to be here in Brisbane by Sunday, have a feel of the pitch, and also have their press conference. That's why we're waiting for them to ask them some questions concerning Super Falcons. But the English guys are already pouring into town. They're coming here. And Australia is more like, Australia is more like a continent that, immigrants, actually came in. The Irish, everyone. So they're all rooting for the English, for the 3 Lionesses. But for the Australians, when I mean 3 Australians, this is going for Nigeria, because they've seen what they could do. Super Falcons have been able to, buy them to themselves, so to speak, literally.
Okay.
But then at the end of the day, the Mooney camp generally is to have a victory against the three Lionesses. And I talked about the fact that some players haven't played. Desire Okparanos, when I spoke with the coach, she said when she came to camp, she got injured while in camp, and that's the reason she hasn't played. And hopefully she will be able to play against England on Monday. So there's so much to look forward to in that game, knowing that yes, the players are all ready and ready to go.
And we are ready too and rooting for them 100%. Cecilia, hold on right there. I'll come back to you. It's Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll listen to some members of the Super Falcons team. Are they ready? They will let us know. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're taking a look at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup taking place in Australia and New Zealand. Round of 16 upon us. And the Super Falcons of Nigeria will be taking on England's Lionesses. So much has been said about that fixture, and we're so pumped up. We cannot wait for it to be done on Monday. Are the Super Falcons ready? Cecilia is in Brisbane, and she caught up with Desire Okparanos, the one player that most fans of the Super Falcons are waiting to see on the pitch. Is she ready? Yes, she's talking about her fitness level.
Well, it's been great, although it's been an emotional roller coaster for me because, a couple of days to our first game, I picked up an injury, and emotionally it hasn't been easy, but somehow I've found a way to navigate through it, and the most important thing is we got the required results, so the girls did the job without me, so it's good.
How are you feeling now?
Good. I'm back in training, I'm training with the team fully now, so everything seems good. I feel very good, and it's looking good.
Yeah, for the second consecutive time, we are having Nigeria leaving the group stage, and for the third time in the world, becoming the first African country ever to get into the knockouts round 3 times of the FIFA World Cup. What do you make of this? Because the growth of the Super Falcons and the progress they've made so far.
I think it's just the result of the hard work we've put in over the years. It's been a long time coming, and I think it's about time we show the world what this team is all about. We're the African champions we held that title for decades, and I think it's about time, not just in Africa, but on the world stage. We've been at every FIFA Women's World Cup, so it's really about. I don't think there's a better time than now to really, start competing with the likes of Germany, England, and the rest of the world.
All right, Desire Okparanos, and just like Austin said, a lot of people would want to see her play. We probably gonna need the attributes that she has. Somebody who could be like a bully, somebody who could be on the neck of the defenders, not allow them toss around the ball, pass. Looks like we might need something like that. Looks like we might need somebody who could score that hot goal and who could run all 90 minutes. And all of those things I've described, trust me, Desire Okparanos epitomizes all of those features. And hopefully, we'll be able to use our strengths as well as the strengths of others to get the job done. All right, so still talking about the Super Falcons. Cecilia is still with us. And Cecilia, just a quick one. A lot of people are happy that there are no injuries to report, and that everybody is fine, and that we're planning to play this game and give it all our best. But from what you're getting in camp, do you have any inkling to what the approach will be? The other time you said we're the underdogs. Are we going to play like the underdogs? Are we going to go toe-to-toe? Do you have any idea what it looks like will be on the cards with regards to the approach of Coach Randy Wardrobe to this game?
Coach Randy Wardrum is one coach that is actually hard to predict. Like he kind of keep everything to himself. Like from what I've seen, when I spoke with him, concerning some of the, players and everything, even the fitness, performance, fitness coach that is also in camp, he talked about the fact that there are players that they are managing. As in, when I mean, they will look at them in the next 2-3 days to see how fit they will be, and if Desire is fit to play, then she will start. That means if she starts, he's going to go all attack because against the Republic of Ireland, I had to ask him, why did you have to start Asisat Shola, knowing that you were saying you were managing? And he said he wanted a situation whereby we could score early, so the nerves and the pressure will be off the players, knowing that, yes, a draw will see them through, and of course, a win, they will top the group. So he wanted to go that fast with them. Against England on Monday, I don't know what he's going to come up with because it's hard to predict him. You might look at the English teams. Maybe when we see the English teams and see maybe all the players and everything, we can be able to predict what he can actually show to us. But from what I think will happen is we may not see our star players starting. He may want to use it as a decoy, start the usual regular players and then bring in likes of Asisa later on in the game. And also, of course, we know that Ashley will start because she's in England right there. Asisa Tushola may not start the game because sometimes I remember the Australian coach talking about the fact that when he saw the lineup and when the players fired out and he didn't see assist, and he was happy. He told his players to see how they can score early, before the assistants to come in. And that strategy actually worked so well for the Super Falcons. So while the Australians were having position and all that, the little opportunity they had, they scored the goal. And of course, when assistants came on, we saw the 2 goals that came later on, in that game. He might also want to use that strategy for them to distract the coach. So because all eyes will obviously be on Asisa. We know she has played against most of the players at the UEFA Champions League and everything. She played for Arsenal, she played for Liverpool. So they will be looking up to her. They were looking forward to actually see her and see the players they could hold. So maybe the coach might just throw everyone up and not start her and decide to use other players to start. We might even see Uchenna Kanu again starting. And maybe a Monday gift or Onumonu also starting. Desire Okpanos, he might just start from the bench. But that might just be the joker he will want to use on Monday.
That might turn out to be something that can work, particularly Monday gift, getting into the right form, and she might just be the real joker. So Cecilia has just talked about Coach Randy Wardrum. He says he's happy with the support the Nigerians have been giving to the Super Falcons. You know what? We need to support them some more. Let's listen to Coach Randy Wardrum.
Obviously, I think a lot of people, as you said, didn't believe we would get out of the group. It's the group of death. It was the hardest group there, and I think that showed the class of our players and the character of the players, the competitiveness. We had a very short period of time with them to get them ready. So I'm extremely proud of them to make it out of the group. And now that we've made it out of the group, we don't want our work to be done. We want to continue. And I think the match against England is certainly going to be another challenge, but I think the players are up to it. We're playing the European champions now. They're champions for a reason. They have quite a good team. We know that and we respect that. But I think the players understand we've played the Olympic gold medalists and we've played Australia, 2 top 10 teams in the world. And I don't think they will be intimidated by the moment at all. Now it's just a time to go out and perform. To all the people back in Nigeria, number one, we appreciate all of the support. I know there's been times they haven't been on my side, but I think now that they can see the work we put in and the work the team has put in, they're prepared as well as we possibly can. So rest assured, these players are going to give you everything they have. They're going to give you every ounce of pride in the country and pride in wearing the jersey. And I would expect them to come out flying against England. And we believe we can get a result. And I think the players believe that too. So continue to support us. Keep sending us all those great vibes all the way from Nigeria. And, hopefully we will be having more days to discuss this after Monday.
Yes, Coach Wardrum. I'm one of those Nigerians, who haven't been on your side the way you want. But now I think all is well. So I plead the fifth, Coach Randy Wardrum. Let's do it for the family, for the Niger family. We're rooting for the team. Cecilia, how important is it for everyone to rally around the Super Falcons now that they have a crucial match against the Lionesses of England?
Austin, I mean, there is no contesting this. This is actually what they need right now. No negative vibes, no negative stories, no issues or anything. All we need to do is to rally behind these players and support them. I've seen what the Nigerian community here have been doing for the players, trying to make them comfortable and trying to ensure that they feel at home. And that's the vibes also they're getting from Nigeria. For Coach Randy Wardrum to say this to every Nigerian, you understand the vibes he's been getting. It's all been positive. The criticisms have gone down the drain. Remember, before going to the World Cup, as he mentioned, I mean, we didn't give them hope. I think the only person that actually said he tipped them to reach semi-finals was Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shahibu, during the send-forth party. I think it was the only person I heard when he said he knows that, yes, these players have got the talent and everything could go. For every other person, believe, come on, you have a very tough group. How do you progress from this, knowing that you're going into the World Cup with all the stories of, you know the story, Austin, the rants and everything that occurred before the World Cup, and now Nigerians are rallying round behind the Super Falcons of Nigeria. You know, victory, of course, we know has many success, of course, has so many families, and the vibes also want to be having right here in Australia, so we can stay more in the tournament.
Yeah. I'm sure that we've brought Randy Wardrum into that success family now. I'm the brother to Randy Wardrum in that success family. Maybe, Yemi, what's your relationship in that success family?
Well, I'm in as well, just as you are. And I'm very happy that Coach Randy Wardle appreciates the fact that a lot of people were displeased initially, but now with the turn of events, he appears like he's been able to win a lot of people over, and of course, he could do more by keeping us in the tournament. And just like he told Cecilia right there, he hopes that after Monday we have more days to discuss all of this, and that will be very interesting. But speaking about the things he just casually alluded to, and I'm going to ask Cecilia this. In front of the camera, yes, everything is fine, no tension, no friction. But you've been with this team. So behind the scenes, are there any frictions, NFF, the coach, the players, the issue of whether or not they're not going to get anything apart from what FIFA has said they will get? All of these issues, does it get talked about, or it's only football that you hear them talk about? No friction whatsoever, the relationship with the coach, is it better now? Because there were things we saw before the tournament. So in front of the camera, yes, but behind the camera, are there any tensions?
Nothing at all. I mean, I've seen him with, I think it was the game before the Republic of Ireland. NFF officials were there. Demola Larajiro, director of communication, was there. The first vice president of Nigerian Football Federation, INC, was also there. And of course, you have so many other officials, you know, the leader of delegation and all of them. They were there to watch them train. I could see the vibe. I was like, was it the same coach that actually talked about the NFF, the whole thing that happened before? What it's like they threw everything out of the way and then just focused on ensuring that Nigeria will have a fantastic campaign. And so from what we've seen, from that particular scene that I saw, I discovered that yes, it's like everybody, they're on board to ensure that yes, no rancors, nothing. Whatever they're going to discuss will be after the World Cup. Right now, the focus is on football, and that's why they are not having any distractions. I remember speaking with Ian, that's the first vice president of NFF. He talked about the fact that Super Falcons, they don't even need the negative vibes at all. They don't even need the negative stories. And the only way they can channel that is for they themselves to chart the course. And what's that course? Is a positive course, and ensure that the players are safe and they have the hope that whatever is due them, they will definitely going to get them. We already know they have an agreement with NFF that, hey, the NFF already revealed to us that what FIFA is giving to them is 300% of what they usually get, and it's across board, and that's what they're going to get. And we know, yes, FIFA is going to pay the money through the Federation Association. Of course, Federation will definitely distribute that. With FIFA stating everyone is going to get everything across the board, there is nothing that will leave out of it, because they already know that. They know what's at stake. They understand what it is, and that's why the players are not talking about it. And for the first time, I mean, we're covering the Super Falcons, I could see the vibes. They're not like thinking, are we going to get our money or not? That's not even coming to them, because for the first time, they have this assurance that this will definitely get to them. And so that's why that negative vibes is out. You just have playfulness. I didn't even know that Brandy Wardrum was that playful. So I remember when I was trying to get his attention and all that, the way he laughed and everything. Oh, you want to talk to Mrs. You know, I'm like, okay, so that means he had this, how do I put it now? This friendly approach to everyone around him, always smiling, always laughing, like there's really nothing that's different from the Randy we saw, going into the World Cup. So I think the vibes, everything is just great. So there's really, everything is just, I don't know, everything's just good. It's just good, right? So, and we hope that it's going to remain like this till the tournament is over.
Yeah, we hope so too. Cecilia, before we let you go, since we have you in Brisbane, I'm sure you saw the video of Fatma Samora speaking to the Super Falcons, I think after their game against Ireland. And then people started saying it was because of the Super Falcons that FIFA started saying, no, because we need to set the record straight. That's why we're glad we have you there. So what's the true position? I know that FIFA has said we will deal with the Football Association. What is the update?
Yeah, I think basically, I think it was a long, usually because the way they position this World Cup is like every particular event, I mean, it's been sold out. So dressing room belongs to, I mean, another company. I think, I don't know, one of those companies, they have it. So they want to post it. I was wondering why they didn't post the full video. Because the full video she was talking about the fact that it's because of the players. They are the ones that are on the field that FIFA is doing this. So it wasn't like the Super Falcons. It was like generally the 32 countries that have qualified. Now, if you listen to that, now Super Falcons, she was with the Super Falcons. I believe she had also gone to South African dressing room. She would have also said something like that because she was there to watch the game. So she's like, it's because of people like that FIFA decided to do this. And we know Nigerians, of course, take it out of context. No, we've been saying this is not the first Falcons on the field, and is everywhere. I mean, Falcons didn't even stage a boycott. South Africa refused to travel, and
Canada threatened not to come. So Western media. So why I wanted you to clear this, Western media around jumped on it to make it look like because administration of football in Africa is poor and they will not give Super Falcons their money. That's why Fatma Samora of FIFA went there to say because of you. Cecilia.
In England camp, we could have said that in the Canada. You just that we watched the game and that's when you said that. And we all know that FIFA is not going to pay the money directly to the players itself. How many players do we have? 720 something players, almost 100,000 players.
FIFA is to be the months.
Association, and they're still now disbursing, but people already agreed. This is the money you're giving them. So if your country will now decide to tax it, it doesn't depend on the country. If, for instance, you're in England, when they will take like 10%, that's on you. Already they said this is what you're going to get. So that's the thing. So they're not going to even pay the players directly into their pocket. So we all know that. So I don't know why people jumped on that story and just started talking.
I'm sorry. I know and it's so painful when people jump on that and then try to discredit the efforts that we're doing in Africa. Cecilia, I must tell you, thank you so much. I'm sorry I stressed you with that last question. You've done a great job. Go get some rest. When the Lionesses come to Brisbane, spy on them and see how you can send it to the Super Falcons camp. Thank you so much, Cecilia Morgan, for talking to us tonight.
All right, nice to be here, guys.
Yeah, so that's my colleague Cecilia Morgan speaking to us from Brisbane. So we're ready. It is what it is. Round of 16 is upon us. We can only wish the Super Falcons all the best.
Yeah, that's what we can do. And that takes us to the end of this segment, which, of course, was brought to you by Stanbic IBC, the official insurance partner of the Super Falcons. And, of course, we move on to what's going to be our parting shot on the show. It's the FA Community Shield. And there you have it. Arsenal lost every game they played against Manchester City last season. And a lot of people are already saying they're probably in for another beating. We'll see. Arsenal against Manchester City, August 6th. The curtain raiser for the English Premier League season. And that's where Austin is based right now. So I want to ask you, Austin, quickly, what's the vibes like? Guardiola is already saying that Arsenal have the edge. They are better prepared. I always don't take him seriously anytime he talks like that.
You shouldn't, particularly if you're an Arsenal fan. Don't listen to Pep when he's having that sort of conversation. And right here in England, look, fans, particularly Manchester City fans, they're like, it's Arsenal. They call Arsenal, their babies. They said that they brought in Mikel Arteta into coaching. He did his internship at Manchester City, that Pep will always be his boss. And when Pep is speaking this way, it's all mind games, But majority of the fans are super delighted that we're going to have the curtain raiser for the new season. And then when the Community Shield is done, football is back. So I want to wish Arsenal all the best. I think they've done just enough to, compete for the title again this season. I don't know. Football will tell us when it all comes.
I don't know. I pity all the other managers. As long as Pep Guardiola is there, as long as he has the backings of the owners of the club, it's going to be very hard for any other manager to have that level of success with Pep around.
I agree, and it's keeping the team together. They're not losing players, and the philosophy of Pep Guardiola, the style of play, and of course, the money that the Arab guys are pumping into the club just makes them, the team to beat. And that brings us to the talk that we're having today. Local media in the UK, they're saying, does the Community Shield have any relevance? And someone quoted Jose. Jose was preparing for one of the Community Shield games, and he said he was going to field a strong team. I mean, it's just the Community Shield Cup. And he told the media, yes, it's just the Community Shield Cup, but if we lose it 4-0, you guys will jump on it. You say we're not ready for the new season, and then Chelsea will be under attack. So whenever you're going to lift a trophy, a flag, whatever, is a very important game. And I'm sure that's the mindset Mikel Arteta and Arsenal will take into this one. That's the mindset most fans of Arsenal will also take into this one. It's just good for search engine optimization, data mining. What the media says about you and your last game is very, very important. That's it. From me in London, I'm Austin Okonakwan. In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right, and that's it. And that's how we wrap things up on the show tonight. We do hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to bring to you. Enjoy your weekend. You see us next week. I'm Amy Adebayo. Bye-bye now.